So I just wrapped up watching the Canva Create Uncharted keynote, and let me tell you, it was really cool. They just launched some really cool new features. I'm gonna be honest, I originally put on the keynote in the background while I was working on some other stuff, but I ended up stopping what I was doing and watching the whole keynote because there was some really cool new features that are being launched in Canva, and I wanted to learn about it. These features are actually useful. They're awesome. I think Canva called it like the biggest launch release since Canva launched its core service, and I believe it. It's really cool. Some of these features are really awesome, so I'm gonna walk through them together just to give you a basic idea what they do, who they're for, and the different ways that you can use these features to elevate your workflow, elevate the marketing for your business. There really is a lot more than just marketing tools built into Canva now. Now, some of these tools are maybe more for advanced users, but a lot of them are for the everyday user as well, the everyday small business owner that's creating their own content, as well as advanced marketers who are creating thousands of posts per month. The other thing I really liked about this keynote is it wasn't just focused on AI. AI has become the buzzword lately, and I mean, I'm getting sick of hearing everything AI, how AI is just gonna do all of our jobs for us, and it's just not true. It's about using AI, and it's about how AI can integrate into our workflows to make us more efficient, more productive, more creative, not about how it could just take over the entire task, which was something I really liked because Canva, they really focused on using AI as an additional tool to make the process better, not centering the entire creative process around just being able to spit out AI junk with one prompt. So I really liked that. The other thing I really like with Canva is they've really listened to their audience. They've obviously really taken deep dives into what their users actually want, what their users are actually using. They've looked at their comments, their reviews, their feedback, and they've taken that and built a better product. So the first thing they talked about was the Canva suite, which brings together all different types of document editing, video editing, social media content creation, and now even Canva Sheets, which is a really cool new feature that actually gets used in some of the other features they released. You can use it to build out charts. You can use it to plan your social content and pull data around from these sheets. You can use it to jumble up different social content ideas and then have AI take those different ideas and those different fields from your sheets and build out a whole bunch of different social media content from the assets and the information in the sheets. So there's a lot you can do there. I don't have enough time to go through all the different features and ways this can be used, but there's definitely a lot you can do with it. And it's definitely a great way to design content at scale. Canva announced this new project flow, which is really awesome. It allows you to work with different types and sizes of creative within the same project. So before, where you could create, say, an Instagram post, and you could create another slide or another page, but everything was the same size. So you create one Instagram post, and then you could either create a whole new project, or you could, say, duplicate that and make some adjustments and duplicate it again and make some adjustments. But everything had to stay within that size, and it had to be that same project height. Within the same project, you could create a spreadsheet where you enter in all your different data, maybe your goals for this project or campaign, and then on the next slide, you could build out a presentation. And you build out the presentation, and then on the next slide, you're building out an Instagram post. And the next slide, you might automatically resize that with AI to create a LinkedIn ad. And then you might create a TikTok video next. And all of this can happen now within the same project. And this is great for collaborators and people that work with teams, because you can all work within the same project at the same time, editing in real time, and it's just going to be a really cool feature. It also keeps all of your information and creative together, which makes it a lot easier to work on. So something super simple that anyone can use, but I'm really excited about this feature, and I think it's just going to become something that people get used to and becomes a part of their daily workflow. They've made Canva kind of a one-stop shop for all of the different apps and tools that most people use on a daily basis. So you've got Word document editing, you've got Sheets now, presentations, you've got your social media content creation. Like, they're trying to keep this all within one app, which is like ridiculously good value for the cost of a Canva subscription. So this is really cool. I think this is really big news. In terms of Microsoft tools and Adobe tools, I think they've really fallen behind. They've been too comfortable with their position in the market. And I think this is great that Canva's coming out ahead here, introducing these tools, making them super easy to use, making them super affordable, and just putting everything in one place. Awesome. I love it. Canva also introduced some new AI features. And you know, I have a love-hate relationship with AI. I think it's a great efficiency tool, but I think it's overused. So I'm interested to see how these new AI features work. I have used some of the Canva AI stuff before. I really wasn't that impressed with it. But you know, it could be a lot better now. It could integrate better with the workflow and making it more efficient to create the content that you're creating. So interested to play around with those new AI tools. I'm not sure too much how they differ from what they were before, but it seems like it's just better integrated into the Canva space, and it's just going to be a lot easier to access and become more a part of your daily workflow within the app. The other thing that Canva introduced was Canva coding. Now, and I'm not a coder. I have people on my team that are coders, so I can't speak to this too much. I know that AI coding isn't always as good as it's marketed to be. So I'm interested to see how this actually plays out in real world. In the keynote, they did experiment with a bunch of people who basically wrote like a 3-sentence prompt, and the coding, built a whole website or whole web page or a whole app. Whether it actually works that well, I am a little skeptical, but it's an interesting feature. You can code within Canva using AI, and then integrate that with your website. You can integrate it into your Canva presentations, different documents. So it's a cool concept, cool feature. Whether or not it proves to actually be realistic for the average user, I think is yet to be seen. But I'll definitely be playing around with that because I'm not a coder myself, and it'd be interesting to see what kind of things I can create on my own. So those were a few of the features announced at Canva Create Uncharted. I would definitely recommend checking out the full keynote because there's obviously a lot more than I have time to talk about here. Those are some of the really big highlights that stood out for me for both the everyday average small business user as well as more advanced marketers. So let me know what you think of these new features, the ability to use the ability to work on all different types and sizes of documents, the access to Canva Sheets, the new AI features, as well as the coding. All really cool stuff. Let me know what you think, and let me know when you get a chance to play around with the new features.